Alright folks, a little bit of an update on this Iglloo Icemaker. It does pretty good. We have had a couple of problems. I think that's been mostly because of us. We forget about it running, so it backs up. The ice will get right up in here. It'll get clogged up here, so it'll stop. That little red light right there, it'll come on to let it be known. And we'll eventually make it back in here, and we'll break that down and empty it and get it started back up. That causes this thing back here, when it first starts up, to kind of go up and down about 3 times on this side. It looks like it's got a little thing for it to stop it, but for some reason I think when it got clogged up, it went past it, or it may be how it's supposed to function. But either way, it still does great. Sometimes you get a little brown out or whatever, and might mess things up. You reset it, just unplug it, wait 15 seconds, plug it back up. Now these buttons right here, they're tricky. They really don't take but nothing but a light touch to get them to turn on and turn off. We get in the habit of trying to push them hard, and then they don't want them because it's like hitting the key on the keyboard several times and then wonder why the computer's taking so long to bring up the program that you clicked on. So it's a light touch. We have a problem a lot of times, come in here and we'll find that green light over here on this other side for small ice. We wonder how it happened. Well, the kitties will be around. So apparently, if they move around and brush up against it, their tail will rub up against it, it's a light enough touch button that's probably all it takes to cause that to switch over. And then we have a hard time getting it switched back. But we've had to learn it takes a light touch. But even with those few little snafus, this is still far better than ice trays. That basket right there, we let that thing fill up, kind of overflowing just a little. 3 of those will fill up that gallon ice cream bucket we use and that other ice container from a previous refrigerator. 3 buckets, it's full. It takes about a little over an hour to an hour and a half to get a full basket. So as long as you know the timing, and you can remind yourself, or catch it before it gets full, it might take you 4 baskets. But that's it. And like I said, that's better than ice trays. Now when you take the basket out and go to put it into your container, that thing's going to have water dripping off of it, because some of that ice is going to be melting a little bit because it's not that well contained. You got this little plastic top here, so there's going to be just enough heat get to it, to melt a little bit, so there'll be water dripping. So when you put it in your container, there's going to be water go in there with it, and as you may have guessed, that makes the ice stick together. So have an ice pick to pick it apart when you go to get ice from the container. That's what we do. But for what it is, hey, this thing works great. We're not complaining a bit. It's been a learning process. But would I suggest getting one? Well, if you hate ice trays, I would. So, that's just something to consider on that. It's an Igloo. They really don't cost all that much. You can let it run. You're working in the kitchen or whatever, and everything, you'll be able to keep a better track of it. Or if you hang out in the kitchen a lot, or it's close by, the kitchen's not a room by itself, or you got an open concept or whatever, where you can have a better opportunity to be able to look over and see it's about that time, or take your time and know that it's about ready to be full. You know, you get up, come check it, empty it out, get you another basket going, and there you go. You know, so like I said, if you hate doing ice trays of any kind, uh, filling them up, emptying them out, fill them back up, uh, like those old metal ice trays we tried out, those were a pain. Uh, they make silicone ice trays, but the way they cost, by the time you get 4 to 6 of those, you pay for one of these ice makers. You ain't got to do nothing but fill up that reservoir and let it run, then empty the basket. That's it. You know, it's fairly easy peasy. So would I suggest getting one? You dang skippy, I would. Y'all have a good